Good morning and welcome to Family Computer Center. In this video, we are going to discuss about the do loops in Excel VBA. All the loops in any programming language do the same thing. They iterate the things or they repeat the program statements again and again and again until we specify. Okay, so there are two different do loops in Excel VBA: do until loop and do while loop. These are the two different do loops in VBA. They may look similar in the syntax and way of using, but the working inside that is a slight difference is there. So we will understand how these two loops works. First, we will take the case of do until loop. Okay, do until loop works until the condition becomes true. Okay, so that means we will be saying a condition and it will be keep on working until that reaches that particular condition. Okay, so the syntax of that is like you have to declare the counter variable. Counter variable is the variable which controls how many times the loop should work, and you have to initialize the counter variable. That means you have to give the basic value, the starting value of the counter variable, and you say do until condition, and you write the statement inside that one and you give the increment for the counter. Increment or decrement depends on how you want to go. You want to go bottom to top or top to bottom, depends on that. You can use counter, increment or decrement. And finally you will be having a loop statement. Okay, so here is an example for you. Dim n as integer. N here is the counter variable and we initialize n with 1. So the initial value of n is 1. Then do until n is equal to 10. So here checking is like n reached 10 or not. Correct? So n reached 10? No, n is still 1. Correct? Okay. So it will go inside and execute this message box. When it see n is equal to n plus 1, n becomes 2. When it see loop, it goes back here and check again n reaches 10 or not. Correct? So n is 2, 2 is still not reached into 10, so it will go again and it will become 3, 4, 5, 6, like that it will go on. Once it reach 10, that becomes 10, right? So the loop stops working. Correct? Okay, so let's try that in action in this example. So when I click this button, something should happen here. That's what is my target. So I will go to Visual Basic Editor, then I will insert a module. I'm just laying do loop test. Okay, then I'm writing like sub test 1. So in the test 1 we will check the do until loop. I'm saying dim n as integer, n is equal to 1, do until n equals 10. Then inside that one I will write this workbook dot sheets of example 1 dot range of a and n equals FCC. Correct? And I will say n is equal to n plus 1, then loop. Correct? Okay, so let's try to execute this one. I'm going back to my Excel sheet and I right click, assign the macro, and I click test 1. Okay, then I click this button. You can see it works starting from 1 till 9 because we already discussed that in this loop it checks if whether the n reached 10 or not. If n reached 10, it stops working. So it works until the condition reaches. Correct? Okay. So now let's check the other one, do while loop. Do while loop, the way of writing seems to be similar, but works if the condition is true. Works while the condition is true. Like each time it runs, it checks the condition. If the condition is true, then only it goes inside. The other one, do until, was like until the condition becomes true, it works. Okay, so the Situation syntax is same: counter declaration, counter initialization, then condition, statements, counter increment or decrement. Okay, so here you can see while n as integer, n is equal to 1, do while n less than or equal to 10. So in the starting, n value is 1 and it is checking 1 less than or equal to 10. Yes, 1 is less than 10, then it goes inside and execute, and then it becomes 2. 2 is less than 10, goes inside. This will work while the condition is satisfied. The other one is working until the condition gets satisfied. So let's do the same example in the next sheet with the do while also. Okay, so I'm saying sub test 2, then here I will use the same variable, dim n as integer, n is equal to 1, then I'm saying do while n less than or equal to 10, then loop. Inside the loop I'm saying like this: workbook dot sheets of example 2 dot range of a and n equals FCC. Correct? N is equal to n plus 1. Right? So I go back, assign the macro, then test 2. Yeah, it works as we expected, like 1 to 10. Okay, so what if I'm not giving like this increment? So in this case, n will be always 1, n will never reach 10, it will be an unending loop. Your program will crash, loop will be continuously working unlimited times. Say, hope you enjoyed the lesson. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure that you subscribe to our channel so that you will not miss any further video we post.